Welcome, class 7. Today we start with the new chapter Lines and Angles. So, here we will learn first about some terms. The first one is a point. So, a point is a dot which has no length or breadth. So, here a point P, if any line passes through this point P, then we can say that through this point several lines can pass through, or we can say infinite number of lines can pass through any given point. A line is formed when infinite number of points are joined together. So if we are talking about a line, then we can say that the line has infinite number of points. Its length is infinitely long. So here in the figure, AB represents the line. Okay, this means that the arrows indicate that this line will go towards infinity this side and infinity towards A this side. Okay, so this means that if you have to draw a very long a line, then it will be shown with the arrow heads. And when we are writing any line, like AB is written over here with the line, the line this way on top of AB. So this means that AB is a line which will go up till infinity. So it is infinitely long, and there are infinite number of points consisting in this line. Similarly, a line segment is a portion of line which has a fixed length. So here CD is marked with a small line segment on top, is a line segment. So CD is a line segment which will have a finite length. So it will have a length, fixed length, like maybe it is 10 centimeters or 5 centimeters long. It won't be infinitely long. So that's why it won't have any arrow heads on either sides. Okay, so CD is a line segment. Similarly, a ray is a part of line which begins from a point and moves in a particular direction. So here EF has been marked by a ray. So this is a sign of a ray, and EF moves like this. It starts from a particular point and it will go up till infinity towards this side. So that's why there is an arrowhead. So this is a ray. EF represents a ray, and whenever we need to write a ray, we have to write like its name EF and a small arrow on top. Next, when two lines cross each other, then they are called the intersecting lines. So here the two line segments are intersecting at point O. Line AB and line DC or CD is intersecting at point O. So these two lines are called the intersecting lines. Next, collinear points. If there are three or more than 3 points, let's say over here point A, point B, point C and point D, if they are in a plane, if they lie in such a way that a straight line can pass through them, then we say that these points are the collinear points. Okay, so the collinear points are those points through which a straight line can pass through. Similarly, concurrent lines, if we have a line and another line intersects with this line, and again another line also intersects at the same point, and also another line in a same point, if there are several number of lines which are intersecting at the same point, then we say that these lines are concurrent lines. And here the point let's say the point is point O. This point O, where all the lines intersect, are called the point of concurrence. Next, the lines which never meet and are always at equal distance from each other are called parallel lines. So here we see the picture. In the figure we see PQ and RS are the set of parallel lines, and these are the lines which will never meet. However, if you produce them up till infinity, even then the two lines won't meet each other. So parallel lines are represented as this kind of lines. Okay, so PQ and RS are parallel lines. Next, the lines which cross each other at right angles. At right angles means if they mark over here, see over here, the two lines are touching each other or they are crossing each other at right angles or 90 degrees, then they are called the perpendicular lines. So perpendicular line like XO is perpendicular to YZ. That means the angle formed in between is 90 degree. So they are the perpendicular lines. Next we learn about the angles. Let's say that there is a straight line and another straight line meets this straight line at this point. Okay, then we say the space in between is called as the angle, and this point is called the vertex, and the two straight lines now will be called as the sides or the arms of the given angle. So there are different types of angles. Firstly, we have a straight line, and if the angle formed is like this, okay, so this is the angle formed. This is called the acute angle if its measurement is greater than 0 degree but less than 90 degree. Then these type of angles are called acute angles. Next, if we have the two lines forming an angle of 90 degrees, then it's called right angle. If the angle is more than 90, something like this, okay, then the angle is called obtuse angle. So here the angle is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree, then it is obtuse angle. If you have a straight line, okay, the angle is made this way, then this angle formed over here is called a straight angle, and the measurement of this kind of angle will be 180 degree. And if the angle is formed like this kind of angles are called reflex angle. Here the angle is greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degree. And lastly, if the angle is formed like this, okay, from here all the way, and again it comes at the same initial position, then this will be the angle formed, okay, the entire angle, and the entire angle, the measurement will be 360 degree and it is called as whole angle. Its measurement is 360 degree. Now let's learn naming an angle. So how do we name any given angle? So here is the angle, okay, and see over here the vertex is point O. This point is vertex O. Now keeping this vertex O in the middle, we have to name it either like BOA or we can say AOB. The vertex O always lies in between. So it's either angle AOB, that means we are referring to this angle AOB, see vertex O is in between, or angle BOA, where O again lies in between the two arms. So BOA or AOB. So this is how we name any given angle. Within a given angle, the inner portion, this area is called the interior of an angle, and the outer portion is called the exterior of an angle. Next, adjacent angles. So here we have this kind of angles. So let's say the first one is angle AOB. AOB and angle COB are side by side. So when they are side by side sharing a common arm, then we say those kind of angles as adjacent angles. So angle AOB is adjacent with angle BOC and angle AOF. Similarly, if we talk about angle DOE, then this angle DOE is adjacent with angle COD and angle EOF. So adjacent angles means if they share any arm in common, then we call those two angles as adjacent angles. One more example, angle COB is adjacent with angle COD and also with angle BOA. So these are the adjacent angles.